After almost a decade of devolution in Scotland, moves to hand over full financial powers have been ruled out. The Calman Commission's interim report says devolving full fiscal autonomy would be inconsistent with retaining the integrity of the United Kingdom. But it's recommended that areas like broadcasting, energy and drugs policy could be devolved further. Lorna Gordon has the story.
Two parliaments, one in London, one in Edinburgh. After almost a decade of devolution, could it now be time for the Scottish Parliament to get more powers?
The Scottish Parliament has been a success. We've had lots of evidence. That's a major conclusion from this stage of the report. But there are things which do need to be looked at further.
So how does devolution work? The UK government controls foreign policy, defence and some financial affairs, while the Scottish government makes decisions in areas such as education, the NHS and some aspects of transport. The Calman Commission identified areas like energy policy and the misuse of drugs, which could eventually see further powers go to Holyrood. And what about the money to pay for it all? How is devolution funded? And should Scotland raise directly more of the money it spends?
It should be an independent country. It should raise its own money. Without question. It will end all this bickering and all the rest of it with England. It should stand on its own feet. Well, I thought it was United Kingdom. And I still think that that's the way forward.
The SNP, Scotland's ruling minority government, are dismissive of the Commission's findings, claiming it's an attempt by Westminster to sideline their own national conversation on independence.
Well, I think we can see the UK government written all over this report, because it's a report that says nothing about where Scotland's going. It's all about what Scotland can't do, not what about Scotland can do to create that line economy that Scotland badly needs.
So no dramatic changes to Britain's constitutional setup, according to this report, although more needs to be done fine-tuning where policy boundaries should be. Lorna Gordon, BBC News, Edinburgh.
After suffering years of food shortages and political unrest,